Hello dear kids, this is Tushar Ranjan Das, your SST teacher. In this video, we will learn about the first chapter of history, when, where and how. So in this module, you will know the meaning of history, the need for studying history and understanding of dates, periods and periodization. We will read these to develop an understanding of the subject and how important it is in our day-to-day life, and to know the interconnection between the past and the present. So let's begin. What is history? The word history is derived from the Greek word historia, which means inquiry or investigation into the past. Do you know, history is the past record of people, places and events. Now let us understand chronology in history. Chronology is the order of arranging the events that happened first, followed by events that happened later. So all the past records of people, places and events are arranged in a sequence or in serial order called chronology. History is not just about kings and nobility or heroes. Rather, it is about humankind and its growth. So, history helps us to understand how people lived, dressed, ate and functioned in the past. Now a question must be coming in your mind that why do we study history? We study history because history answers many questions about the past. By studying the past, we get to know the following things. Like how, where and when our early ancestors appeared or evolved. And also we understand how our ancestors lived, their food habits, about agriculture they followed, irrigation system, animal husbandry or animals that were raised by them, and how they led to a more and secure and settled life. By studying history, we come to know about many great kings and queens and leaders as well as people who have contributed to our culture and civilization. Studying history is also necessary to know how scripts evolved and how the languages that we speak have developed. Many people such as historians and archaeologists who specialize in the field of studying the past help us to solve the mysteries of the past. Did you know, students, the famous Greek historian Herodotus is regarded as the father of history. He was the first historian known to collect historical materials systematically and arrange them in a well-constructed narrative. Herodotus' histories is a celebration of the Greek victory of the Persians, which was written in the mid-5th century BCE. You know, in history it is important to learn how to tell the dates of significant event. So in history we see dates written as BC or AD. So BC stands for before Christ, or the number of years before the time of Jesus Christ, whereas AD stands for Anno Domini, or in the years of Lord. Do you know that the date of birth of Jesus Christ is taken as the reference point, which was more than 2000 years ago. So you know, all dates before the birth of Christ are counted backward. For example, the date 650 BC means 2000 plus 650 is equal to 2650 years ago. And now historians use BCE and CE in place of BC and AD respectively. BCE stands for before Common Era and CE stands for Common Era. Dates before the year CE are indicated by the use of BCE. The dates in BCE are always counted backwards from 0, which means that 80 BCE comes after 90 BCE. Let us now know about period and periodization. To make our study easier, our historians have divided the past into two broad periods, prehistory and history. So prehistory is the period that begins with the appearance of human beings about 5 billion years ago and ends with the invention of writing. Prehistoric period have no written record, and human at this time were hunters and hunter-gatherers and therefore did not lead a settled life. So to understand prehistory, archaeologists dig deep into the ground and learn about life in the past from the archaeological remains they find. These remains could be tools, jewelries, pots, bones, monuments and buildings. To know prehistoric events. Now, history, on the other hand, is the period of the past that comes after the invention of writing. Therefore, for the historical period, there are written records. Did you know the earliest writing was in the form of drawings seen in many caves, and later people wrote on pillars, rocks, palm leaves, clay tablets, and bark of birch tree. Our historians have subdivided historical periods into ancient, medieval, and modern periods. Now, how do we study the past? Many experts and scholars like historians, archaeologists, anthropologists who study human behavior and societies, zoologists who study animals and their behavior, geologists who study the earth, and physicists who study energy and matter help us to know about things that happened long ago. Historians and archaeologists are scholars who study our past using various sources of history. The archaeologists excavate sites of ancient and medieval civilization and examine the remains of the buildings, tools, and other objects and